Have you ever wondered, is the Clubhouse app worth the time? Well, today we're going to go over 7 reasons why and how you could use it to grow your business. So don't miss a single one. Welcome to Dunkerley's Toolbox. My name is Jonathan, and I'm here to help you find the tools to build income online. So again, today we are talking about 7 reasons why you should be paying attention to the Clubhouse app and why it's worth your time. So I'm going to dive right into the first one. And the first one is you can communicate directly with your audience. You can communicate directly with your audience. And that's actually something really important with the Clubhouse app that is very unique that you can't really find on any other platform. Any other platform, it's usually you have to ask a question and wait for a reply. Even YouTube, even if it's like a YouTube live, like we're doing right now, if somebody is communicating, then you don't necessarily get a direct response. With Clubhouse, you could jump in, and if you haven't learned anything about Clubhouse yet, I already did a video exactly breaking down what Clubhouse is. I'll link it up at the top and in the description, and you can go watch that one and get a little deeper dive into it. So you could talk directly. So it's an audio only social network where you talk into, like, you go in rooms, but you can go into these rooms. It could either be a room that you started yourself or one that somebody else has started, and then you could add to their conversation. So it doesn't you could talk directly to your audience. It doesn't necessarily have to be your audience, but the audience of somebody that's doing something similar or in this, like, looking for the same solutions that you offer. So you can go and listen or talk to them directly and find out what they want. And the thing that's amazing about that is so many creators, they just create content that they don't know if their audience wants. But if your audience is telling you that they want this before you've actually put in the effort to create it, that's so much more powerful, because you don't have to wait for people to actually have the content, or you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait for it to be done before you find out if somebody actually wants to see this content. So, and that brings me to my next one, which is building a community. And again, it doesn't actually have to be your community at the beginning. You could start building a community based around what other people are looking for. You could go and talk to other people's communities within this app. And that's a huge part, like community building is a huge part of any type of business. So building a community within this app, and then you're able to transfer it to whatever other social platform or whatever you're doing elsewhere until they add more features into the app. Now, the third one, and I think it's probably one of my favorite ones, is fly on the wall learning and passive listening. And I really get value from that one just because of this is a quote by Gary Vaynerchuk, who said, "Clubhouse replicates real life." And I really agree with him on this one, because if you think about it, in his example, it's sort of like a dining room table. Everybody's around the dining room table, and it's not always everybody that's having that conversation. You have like 2-3 people that are having the conversation, and the rest of the people are kind of like listening. But then if somebody has something to say in the conversation, they could raise their hand and say, "Hey, I have something to contribute. I have something to add." It's the same thing he said at a convention. You could be in the hall or something like that. And there's usually like the 2 or 3 people that are actually actively adding to the conversation. And then somebody else could say, "Hey, I want to add something else." And then sometimes it's good thing to add, and sometimes it's not. But I think that's a great way to compare how Clubhouse works with real life, because not everybody is constantly adding to the conversation on every conversation that you're having in real life. So, and number four is lack of friction audio learning. And the reason why I like this one is because you could have, if you're going to be watching a video or reading a blog or doing something like that, you're going to have to, if you're watching a video or reading a blog, you're going to have to sit down, you're going to have to give it your attention. Personally, for me, once they've started releasing things like podcasts and ebooks that are, we're actually produced very well, I started being able to learn a lot faster, being able to listen to books, listen to information instead of having to sit down and actually watch a video or read a book. Now I'm able to passively learn and take in this information. And especially right now, if you're on Clubhouse right now, there is so many people delivering so much value, and it's so easy to be able to just sit in and listen to somebody that is farther along in whatever you're doing. So definitely take a look at that, because you're able to just listen into those conversations, which I think is insanely valuable. And to me, it's kind of like a podcast that if you want to contribute into the podcast live, then you can, but you don't have to. So there's no friction. There's that little button at the bottom that says leave quietly. So you don't even need to worry about that. So now this is another reason why it's important. It says like contributing on stage. And you say like, why is that important? Number one, it makes it so you are working on your voice, working on your message, because if you just sit in the back and just watch what other people are doing constantly and never actually work on your message. I've always been a firm believer that the best way to learn is to teach. And the only way to learn about your audience is to teach them and find out what is wrong, like what their needs are, because you can't meet those needs if nobody is actually asking, if you're not even asking or in the conversation. So absolutely, I think contributing on stage, it's very nerve-wracking. I'm still nervous every time that I go live on a stage, but it gets easier, a little bit easier each time because you practice and you get a little bit better. But contributing on a stage is insanely valuable, not just for the people that you're contributing to, but also for your own personal development in your business. So so make sure that you just get on the stage, pull off the Band-Aid and just do it. The next one, the 6, would be you get to grow your brand and influence. You grow your brand and influence. And, why are you going to grow your brand and influence? Well, anything that you're doing, you're trying to grow. Like, it's the same thing as like Instagram. People could have a large following on Instagram, and then if they say something, if that leads directly into the next one, you're able to grow something. You're able to grow your email list. And I actually did a video already, basically the structure of how you could set up a funnel, a little marketing funnel using either your Instagram or your Twitter. And then you send people to that. It's I'm currently working on a resource guide because I get a lot of questions on people saying, hey, I need this. And you could send people to that email list or to your resource guide and collect an email. And the thing is that if you ever can't spend time on Clubhouse, or, because people's like, I'm going to get burned out. That's creator burnout is a real thing. But if you grow an email list, then you put in the time now to grow it. And then if you're not able to be on Clubhouse or YouTube or whatever platform you're on every single day, then you're able to still continue that conversation and grow that relationship with your audience through the email list. So using Clubhouse by taking that time and making it, pay for itself by growing your email list is, I think, one of the biggest reasons to put your attention on Clubhouse this year. So let's see. If you got value out of this video, make sure that you like, subscribe, and ring the bell. If you are going to try Clubhouse, let me know in the comments. I really want to know, because I've been really diving into this platform and I really love it. And if you like this video, watch one of these videos next, and I will see you in the next one.